Are we live?
Welcome, everyone.
We are live.
We are possibly
Hello.
live. Hello, everyone. So Matt is not with us today, but so we've got to learn a computer again.
That's right.
Some
It's
reading instructions as we go.
It's got a keyboard with some numbers and letters.
Keenan is online, so good morning. Is it morning for you? It's probably morning for you.
Would it?
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. So we've got quite a few people online already. And
Good
it's
stuff.
episode number 49.
Number 49.
Yes. So we're live from Hearns, obviously Melbourne, Flinders Street.
Yes, in Australia.
In Australia, obviously, yes.
Yes.
And we're ready for a new episode.
We are. So you probably see we're in our t-shirts.
Yes.
And it looks really summery, but it's not. It's actually really
freezing.
freezing.
Probably one of the coldest days, just talking about it.
Yes.
Really, really fresh down here in Melbourne.
Yes.
But ready to go.
Ready to
So
go.
we almost have a plan.
Sort of have a plan.
But if you can help us to get started,
Yeah.
it'd be really good.
So anything you would like to see now, it's the time to let us know.
Yeah.
We're going to easily run out to the shop, grab anything you like, ask us any questions. The curlier the question, the more interesting,
Yeah.
I think. So if you think of anything. What do we have here? We've got our weekly card.
That's my favorite. I've
That's
been
your
waiting
favourite.
for this for a very, very long time.
It is pretty special,
It is for sale, but I think I'll have to buy this one.
which means it won't be for sale.
It won't be for sale for too long. So jump on it if you can and if you want. So again, we need to pick the make,
Yep.
the model,
Yep.
and I guess the color.
Yes.
So
That's
let
got a
us know.
special name, isn't it?
Yes, which I don't know actually.
You don't know?
I'll
We'll
have to
find
check
out.
the box.
Yes.
I don't know the exact name. So quite a few people online. So fire up the questions. Otherwise, we're gonna get started.
Yep.
We're
So
gonna
yeah,
talk about quite a few things today. We've got rock rolling.
Yes.
We've got a Traxxas Lash unboxing.
Got a couple of kits.
Some kits.
Yep.
There's a few other things that I think we've seen around. Oh, we've got a Tamiya also unboxing. Tamiya.
Yes.
I
We should
see
do
that it's well overdue. We started a few weeks back, and we haven't done it yet.
Yep.
Then the other three.
Yep.
And what else? Not sure. There are a few more things coming.
A little bit of. You've got some exciting stuff there.
Got some exciting stuff here. So we did a new production run of our snorkel. So
Yep.
Hearns Workshop. We haven't talked about Hearns Workshop in last couple of
No,
episodes.
yeah.
But we've been producing. We've been quite busy actually, doing quite a few things. And these are the snorkels that Warwick designed actually during lockdown, I believe. And we are producing.
So they're designed to fit straight onto a TRX4 Traxxas.
Absolutely. So let's jump on it. Top camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, what it looks like. Got a few here.
Because there's three different
Two different
shapes, isn't
designs.
there?
Absolutely.
Yep.
So here we go. It's a very classic design for Land Rovers in general.
Take these out of the background.
Yeah, that's true. That. So there's a mushroom kind of shape.
Yep.
What's this one? Okay.
Hammer
shape.
Yep.
And a scoop, more traditional
Yeah.
scoop shape here.
Yep.
And this one they fit on the bonnet of the TRX4. You can screw them on the side here.
Yep.
And they look very, very realistic. These are made with a very special material, which is ultra strong. And
Yeah, it's got a lot of give, hasn't
It's
it?
got lots of give.
Yep.
So this shouldn't shatter or break. I think we were just checking work before. It's about 50 MPa. Tensile strength is huge, and 48% elongation. So they're actually really flexible. So
Don't know what it means, but it sounds really good.
it's a big number, really.
Yeah.
We actually designed some RC car parts as well, some suspension arms.
Yep.
And that will be produced probably overnight.
Yep.
Warwick is just putting the final touches, and then we'll know how strong they really are.
Yep.
But looking at the numbers, this material looks really, really promising, actually. So
It got some nice
detailing.
little branding on there. Is that focusing here? Let me try to trick the focus there. A
There we
little
go.
branding
I think
there.
it should be good.
And you've got these are actually they've been hollowed out with internal support. So they got the lighter weight, but also the extra strength there too.
Yeah. And obviously these are not fully finished. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to sand them,
Yep.
give it a bit of a clean, and then paint them normally
Yep.
black, but you can do any color really. So these are being removed from the supports already. You can see a few of these little kind of, little nibs
Yep.
that you can almost break off with your fingers,
Yep.
or you can get some nippers,
Yep.
cut them off, and then
The
with
sandpaper cleans it up
just
pretty
get it
easily.
clean. So
Yeah.
Hearns Workshop snorkels, ready to go, along with quite a few other products that we have in the range.
Well, the tram kit's pretty close to
Yes.
being available.
That's right.
So that's our first full kit that we've ever produced.
Yes.
And then we've got a few other bits and pieces. Like we've got some tools that are getting
Yes.
trialed at the moment. So I've got some
For
at
sure.
home, which I'm going to be doing some tests on. They're particularly the ones that do the weld beads, which
Yes.
is really interesting. I think we showed those last week. So we'll get those further along, and then once they're ready, we'll put those available as well.
Absolutely. What else do we have? We have some train buffer stops.
Yes,
Victorian
the
ones.
Victorian ones. Yes,
These are ready to go.
Yep.
It's mostly a matter of adding it to the system. So we are just writing some collateral information, a bit of history, a bit of instructions, and hopefully we're going to have them in the next week or two, and we should be good to go. So let's put this aside and let's see if we can anyone to start guessing this car. No guesses yet.
No guesses? No special requests?
No special requests and no guesses. So,
well, I guess during the last weekend,
Yes.
there was the Shizuoka Hobby
That's
Fair
right.
in Japan, which is quite interesting because last year it got cancelled because
Yep.
of COVID, and then this year it was restricted so that there was no public.
right.
It was only for the trade, but it still had lots of trade going through. So there weren't any really big announcements,
Yep.
but Tamiya announced a few re-releases and a
Right.
couple of new things. So they've got a new tank. There's a Panzer 4, I think,
Right.
in a sort of earlier version with a long
Yeah.
gun. And then really interesting is the BT-44 Brabham F1 car in 12 scale.
Right.
So they've had quite a few 12 scales come out.
Yep.
And the 12 scales are beautiful kits.
Yes,
And they just
definitely.
made them even better by
Definitely.
new bits like photo etch
Yes.
and brand new decals printed by
I was going to
Cartograph.
say some new decals. Yeah.
So look out for those. I think they're due probably August, September for the BT-44.
Yep.
And then what else is there? We've got the Egress is coming out soon.
The egress should arrive very, very soon.
Yes.
I think we've been told there will be July actually.
Okay.
And I guess may come with the top fours.
Yep.
I think
And
they'll
Top Force
probably be
Evolution.
in the same shipment. So
Yep.
latest news is June, July or so. So we'll be
Yep.
a couple of months away, not too far away. So we're taking pre-orders for some of those.
Yes.
So jump on the website if you like, and you can pre-order one. There will be limited stock, I believe.
There will
We
be.
still have a
Yep.
few pre-orders available. So just jump online or
It'd be good to see those
absolutely.
because they're both the top level cars of their particular generation.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
you've got the Egress, which was the first car to
Yeah.
come with carbon fiber chassis,
Yes,
and they also put in titanium screws, which a lot
That's
of people
right.
didn't know about.
that's right.
And I can still remember back in the day, you could buy the pack of titanium screws,
Very expensive.
and they were $80 for the set
Wow.
back then.
Yes.
Okay, so you imagine, how many hundreds they would be now.
Yes,
But that was very special at the time. And then again, next step up, you got the Top Force Evolution.
that's right.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, I remember in 2014 when I first started working here, we
Yep.
had a drop of egress.
Right.
And I
Yep.
remember that we managed to get a couple of. It was that was last time I saw it in the shop actually. So 5, 6, 7 years ago. So it would be really good to see it back.
Yes, for sure.
What else? I guess in Shizuoka. Maybe we can go again next year. We went.
Yeah.
Was it 3 years ago that we went together there?
It's been
That
3 years.
It was a
Yeah.
brilliant trip.
A lot of memories.
A lot of good memories.
Found a lot of good, interesting things.
Absolutely.
Met a lot of nice people.
Yes.
Yep.
So some of our current suppliers, we met them at the time,
Yes, that's right.
and they're helping us to bring in some of these kits. Do we have any here? No. These are usually mostly here. But some of the big delivery we received last week. They will
Yes.
show you some of these very a bit more limited, a bit niche kind of
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah, low production type stuff.
Yeah.
Although over there it would be full production, but
Yeah.
it's low production, not enough to
For us,
see
yeah.
around the world.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Very good. So meanwhile, we have quite a couple of guesses here. So Tony suggested there's a Bugatti, and Michael is suggesting there is a Bugatti Level 2 Neue. I don't think so. It's not. It's definitely Bugatti.
Bugatti is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the right model though, Michael. So try again.
No. Bit different.
Bit different. So meanwhile, we have Darama86 joining us. Welcome. So good. So next
All
we
right.
can talk about is we can do the crawlers or we can have a look at plastic kits. Who is up for plastic kits or crawler? Let us know.
Yes.
So Daram is asking me, well, what's our favorite model kit brand?
Favorite model kit brand? Well, that's really hard. I mean, for me, I guess because we see kits every day when we come in here,
Yeah.
if I were to pick a brand that I really love, it would have to be Tamiya because I grew
Yes.
up with it.
Yes.
And it was one of those kits that just fell together. So I think the first experience I had of a Tamiya kit was an old 240 or 260 Fairlady
Yep.
Z. and I built that with my brother. We got
Yes.
that as a Christmas present,
Yes.
and it was an atrocious job, but it all went together. So after that, I had a real confidence in building stuff, so I went to a motorcycle, and that was atrocious too, but that
Oh.
went together.
Big challenge.
Yeah. And then as you get older, you start moving on to the more niche brands.
Yes.
Started getting into mini art because it has so many bits. And then as you build them, you realize it's got so many bits.
Yes.
And then you just crave for the simplicity of a Tamiya kit. So you get your balance set, really good instructions.
Yes.
It's just a whole thing, whole
That's right.
package. That's my favorite. Have you got a favorite?
Very hard to tell for me. I don't build many kits, as you know. I remember when I built the Airfix 0 and Daryl was working here.
Oh, yes.
Many of you may know Daryl from Gundam's Plus, actually.
Yes.
And my wings were not square.
It doesn't matter.
Wasn't really a good job,
It
apparently.
was designed to,
I still remember that.
You
So-
pylon racing, it'll be fine.
Indeed. So I really like the Mac stuff. I think it's very special.
Yeah.
It's not a plane, it's not a tank. It represents something very creative,
Hmm.
and I really like and admire those modelers who can build like Warwick this
Yes.
very extravagant models, very sci-fi, futuristic.
It really opens up the imagination because
Absolutely.
there's a little bit of groundwork there. So
Yes.
you can't go this way or this way too far,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of scope for
Absolutely, and
customizing.
yeah, it's very much art. Is where
Yes.
modeling pushes into almost fine art, really.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's so much creativity and the color, the painting. That's
Yes.
where the weathering and all this use of metallics and
Yes.
new kind of the advanced type technique of painting they
Hmm.
come into play. So
Yes.
I would say probably Mac is one
That's
of
good.
my favorite, really.
No, I like Mac too.
Very good. So meanwhile, I think we have a good guess on the car. There's a Bugatti Divo, which is not the case, but I've read that
you just spot it.
Michael say Bugatti Centodieci, which is correct.
Ah,
Wow, well done.
good stuff.
Very good. So that's a Bugatti 110, which
Yep.
is one of the latest, I think,
Yeah, it would be.
or one of the latest they've made.
Hmm.
So,
Which leaves the color, right?
which leaves the color,
Yep. Which we don't even know.
which we don't even know. So let's guess the color. Meanwhile, I think should we open a couple of plastic kits?
Oh, we could.
Since we're talking about cars, let's bring those up.
I thought I'd bring these up because they're quite interesting. We haven't talked about Initial D before. So I know there's quite a few car lovers out there. And Initial D is one of those animes that a lot of people love. I mean, over here, a lot of people tend to call these particular Japanese cars rice burners.
Yes.
Which is a funny term, I think. I used to have a rice burner in the day. I used to have a 1989 Honda CRX, which I quite loved, and treated very badly, and then tried to treat really well, and I don't have it anymore. So I have a family car now, which is fine because it suits that's right, safe driving. But you always have a look at these things and get reminded of your earlier life.
Yes.
So we've got a couple of different brands here. There's Aoshima, and then we've got some Fujimi stuff too. And this one's quite interesting here. I don't know if anyone would recognize this, but this was available in Australia under a different brand.
Really?
It was rebadged.
Right. Okay. Let's get
So
a guess going.
that's an Isuzu. Okay, so this yellow thing, see if you can guess what that is. Okay, so, and here. And so Initial D is based around the story of drift racing around the mountains in Japan.
Yes.
And it was still, well, I think they still do it, but I mean, it's illegal drifting. You got to be careful because it's usually 2-lane road going up a hill, and you have one of these cars on both sides coming towards you, which a friend of mine told me that he did have once, and he gave him brown underpants. But it's all part of that sort of culture. It's the lifestyle of drift, because one of the main protagonists, which is, I've got this guy here, this AE86 here, you see on the side, it's got the Japanese, which is actually the name of the tofu shop that his family run, and that's like a delivery car.
Oh,
So-
I see.
So he just pinches that and takes
just
it
drifting around.
That's right. Takes it for a drive around. So really nice. You got your classic sort of later RX-7 here.
Yes.
You got classic AE86, the original. What have I got here? Oh, we've got this unusual,
Sylvia.
yeah,
XT.
early Sylvia
Yep.
in a police car, which is perfect for these because
Yep.
they have the police car chasing
Yep.
them. Over here, we've got another AE86. Some of these got figures in them. And there's, what have we got here? Oh, there's a Honda Integra,
Oh wow.
Type R. Don't see many of these anymore.
No, definitely
They've
not.
probably been raced too much
Definitely
and destroyed. But this one here, did we get any guesses
Got
on
a
it?
Calibre Isuzu.
No.
I don't even know the answer here.
It was actually released as a Holden.
It's a Holden.
As a Holden. Came
Right.
out as the Holden Piazza.
Holden Piazza.
It was like a sporty type for Holden because they didn't really have anything in this range.
The name wasn't very sporty.
It doesn't sound sporty, does it?
No, not at all.
Is Piazza just a
Plaza.
That's
Okay,
right,
Plaza.
a big plaza.
Big Plaza, yeah.
It doesn't look that big, does it?
No,
It's
not
yellow.
at all. No.
But yeah, it was quite iconic for the time. Don't know if it was really popular when it came out, but
Right.
it was memorable. So here we go.
Here we go. So Darren was suggesting there's a Piazza. Aha.
Holden Piazza.
So
All right. So do we want to have a quick look inside one of these?
we'll have a quick look inside
Let's have a
these,
look
and
at
then I think Brett will
I
be
think-
ready.
I think we have to look at one of these AE86s
Absolutely.
because
2 or 3
that-
minutes.
that is iconic.
Let's drop this at the back here.
All right. So let's get onto the overhead.
Yep.
And just slide this off if I can.
There we go. Well done.
All right. So here you go. Classic black bonnet. Black bonnet look is still very popular now. So this particular black bonnet is just for looks, but quite often people paint their
Yes.
black bonnets to make it look like carbon
Yeah,
fiber.
yeah.
Or if you see a real one, I mean, that's a bit of wow factor. A friend
Yeah.
of mine, he had a carbon fiber bonnet on his car.
We can put a big sticker, carbon fiber sticker.
You could.
Or you can dip it actually. This day that you can hydro dip them and get a carbon fiber look. It's
Wow.
still a sticker effectively, but
Yeah, yeah,
deco,
yeah.
but
Oh, well.
an option.
Yes. All right, so you got your clear parts. So quite easy to put together. It's all in one piece. So you get your front windshield and your side windshields all together. You got your headlight lenses there too. This is probably one of the more important parts, the bodywork.
Yes.
So nice how it's molded in white, so it's easy to paint. I mean, there's nothing worse than getting these and having the bodies molded in a really dark color.
Then you have to
You know,
Priming
prime
white
it,
and
and then it goes
start
everywhere.
all over again.
It goes really thick.
Yeah.
So bonnet separate, so you can easily paint that black and drop it on. Over here you can see you got the bumpers here, they're all molded in, and then you got the wheels. Got engine detail on this one as well.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Lots
So-
of parts in here actually.
Yeah, because usually you don't get the engine detail. So usually known as curbside models without an
Yes.
interior detail. So you got all that in there. All right, got a full interior. So it's semi-colored as well. So you got the brown interior there. You got your dashboard, with your seats, steering wheel. You got the head of the engine in here. Side panels, tub. And then over here, quite like how they've colored the indicators and the brake lights as well. Because usually
Yeah.
that would be clear. You're going to paint
That's
those with
right.
clear orange and clear red. You got your floor pan. It's all there. And then you got all this underneath engine detail. So you get your hubs. So you can set up your wheels as steering or not.
Yep.
You get your struts here. Anti-roll bars. Shocks. So this one's a bit like building a real car. A lot of parts. Over here we've got the racing seats. You got some chrome disc brakes, nice and shiny. You got your chrome exhaust because drift cars need to be really bling. There you get your bonnet, so it's already in black. So it's nice touch. And then also the pop-up headlights. And then as we get into here, we've got
few
some
more chrome.
nice smoked lenses there. They're probably full of
Yes.
fog lights.
Yes.
And then, oh, that's a front strut. That's very racy,
Oh
isn't it?
wow. Very racy, yeah.
Yep, different steering wheel, and then mud flaps, and you got your side. What do you call those? Side aprons,
Yes.
and then a rear wing if you want to put it on. And there's chrome bits here.
Yes, good point.
Part of the bumper.
Or could be some part of the front, could be some part of the skirting or the aprons. So
Yeah,
the front perhaps.
yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting. Definitely.
And then
Some
of
nice
course
decals.
you got the decals. A bit hard to see because they got the protective paper over them.
Yeah.
But you can see the big tofu sticker on the side there.
Yes.
And then you got all the smaller markings for the engine, and then for the actual branding.
Some masking as well.
Yep. So you can put that on the clear parts, and then you
Yeah.
spray everything with the black backing.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. All right. So that's the AE86 initial D kit.
Beautiful.
Perfect for the petrol heads.
Absolutely. So from this one, we're gonna have Brett in a second talking to us about another car with RC this time. This is one of their favorite, I think.
My favorite RC. Hello, Brett.
Come in.
Hello, and hello.
Do you know how all this stuff?
Rusting all these things around, don't you?
How did this stuff
Eh?
get back in there?
Never. I don't know
Never,
how they
don't
do
worry,
it.
go back in
Doesn't
there.
fit.
That's
Gonna have to
half
buy
the
now.
puzzle. That'd be half
Half of the
fun.
puzzle.
That's the
So-
fun.
That forces you to build
Let
it.
you guys talk. I'm gonna
Mm,
check something with the camera. So
absolutely.
All right. So let's pop these down here, right?
How cool are these?
You like initial D, don't
I
you?
like anything with a tofu sticker, you know, mate.
You don't like tofu, do you? Yeah.
Why not?
Are you
Has
eating
anybody
anything?
guessed the car yet?
They have, but they
I think
haven't
you
guessed the
have.
colour.
Guess the colour.
Yeah.
Pink.
It's not pink.
That was last week's one, wasn't it?
Do we have a pink colour? Oh, do we?
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah.
Did we do the pink one last week?
But
know.
anyway,
Let's see if anyone can tell us what car we had last week, actually.
yeah, because you commented on my matching T-shirt.
Oh, that's
today
right.
I
Oh.
wore another colourful T-shirt,
Yes,
Well, that
and
makes
that's to match another car.
another car. Your car.
This one right here,
That's a bit bling, isn't it?
the 8 scale buggy. That's the Hot Buddies E819 RS. Yeah, we went out for a practice run a couple of weeks ago. Had some fun. Now it's time to go out and do a club race.
Sorry, I scratched the shocks.
Yeah,
I
we've got a
tested the
few-
brake car and scratched the shocks and cracked the body.
Got a few bumps and grazes on it, but I've been toiling away and giving it a full rebuild
speed
and,
marks,
and
aren't they?
tidy up. Speed
marks,
holes.
yeah.
From going so fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is nice and clean. It is a little bit battered and bruised, but it actually came out really good with a clean and did really well. Yeah, so we've got some new tyres to test that we touched on last week. The
That's good.
P1 Performer tyres. So I'm going to take a few of these down to the club, and that's down at EMCC down there in Montana. I'll go down there and have a race with
This feels really good.
a club race with the guys. I'm going to take down a bunch of tyres and let them try out, get some feedback, and try my hand at 1/8 electric buggy racing. So that'll be a first for me.
Which year is becoming your favorite?
Yeah, it's just different, I think.
Yeah.
It's good,
I
isn't it?
mean, that's the thing about RC is that you can really just do lots of different things. So on-road, off-road, electric, nitro.
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
something different for everybody, and each of the different disciplines, if you were, are quite considerably different from each other, and different environment, different people.
Different experience, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the weather's looking good in Melbourne this weekend, so really looking forward to getting onto it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Now we're going to have a look at something else
I
RC
think
today,
so.
won't we?
It's
Yeah,
a
this-
classic.
This is a classic, isn't it? Now, let's have a look.
Where is
Let's
it?
get this one out of the way.
I'll keep it on my side.
Keep it over there.
Keep it safe.
This one here is the Slash.
Move this away for a moment.
Now, anybody that knows RC cars probably knows the Slash. Traxxas, I'd like to think, probably invented the short course genre. Probably in excess of 25 years ago. The
Yeah, when they
Slash-
first came out, yeah.
The Slash has been around in a couple of incarnations. I think first was two-wheel drive.
Yep.
Then they did an update and updated it to 2.4 gear. And then they did a four-wheel drive. And now they've they do a VXL option,
Yeah.
which is a super high-speed power one.
And then this is got the ultimate version as well.
Yeah, and this is a limited edition Fox release one. So this is a limited edition, special edition VXL. So we're going to have a little bit of an unboxing. What do you
Open it
think?
up.
Let's have a look.
Have you got a knife here? Because it is brand new.
I've got a chop. Hang on.
Hang on.
You good?
I think we can do this one. We have the technology.
Fingers.
Let's have a look. Get this out of the way. Oh,
What we got
it's
there?
got that new car smell.
New car smell?
Who knows that? Let's have a look. What
Look at
comes out?
Here we
Look
go.
at that.
So,
I won't get the transmitter out. We'll see
all
the
Traxxas
transmitter.
come with the body in a bag to protect it. The bodies are quite well painted and done up, so you don't want to have them scratching in the box. So
No,
Yeah.
That's a really nice touch.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So they really put a lot of effort and detail into their bodies, Traxxas, and I think that's one of the most appealing things. And it's probably one of the more costly aspects of making the cars on this level is actually the level of detail and the quality of finish on the actual car.
Look at it.
It is really nice. Anybody who likes Collingwood Football Club, as do I, will probably like this body. But yeah, black
Shiny.
and white, Fox brand. That's a brand that's been synonymous with off-road racing, motocross and stuff since the 80s, I want to say. So Traxxas and them have got together and collaborated to make a special edition Fox release Slash VXL. So most of you might have or may have not
camera.
seen the familiar tub chassis. So it's really quite good in that it's very stiff and strong, but sort of bendy and pliable at the same time. So it has lots of give in it. So it can take lots of abuse without just breaking to bits. People say, oh, it's got plastic drive shafts and everything. Yes, it does, but it's a very good plastic. It's not like made from Coke bottle material. It is really good.
It's like the chassis too. So it's quite a complicated mold for the chassis. It's all one piece.
Yeah.
And they've got all
Absolutely.
these parts
Bracing
designed
and
into it.
Racing and webbing,
So
yeah.
you imagine when it's actually injected that the plastic's going in the correct places to give it that give, as you see.
Yeah.
And the same with the drive shafts.
Yeah.
Because that's
Give and
fiberglass.
strength.
Yeah, that's fiberglass
That's
reinforced,
fiberglass,
isn't it?
Yep. And the drive shafts would be fiberglass reinforced.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but they are a really good package. Like I said, they've been around in one form or another for in excess of 25 years now.
And they're very maintainable.
Very maintainable.
You can see the 2 bolts up here.
Yep.
Because you can remove the front and the rear end. With a few screws, you kind of release the front end and the rear end.
About 6 screws, isn't it? It's quite a modular setup.
Yeah.
Undo the servo horn.
And then you can maintain everything.
Easier
So
servicing.
your slipper clutch here. So it's very accessible. Really. They've developed in a way where they haven't done big changes over time, but they address the simplicity
And
of the
super
maintenance.
reliable.
Very reliable.
On 2S, like this thing is rated to 3S and 100 kilometers with the, they give you another
That's a
pinion
pinion.
gear in here
Yep.
to really gear it up. You do have to buy a Traxxas optional battery cradle to take 3S. Yes, 3S is fantastic for speed runs, but I really think 2S is its happy place. The motors, the speedies, and the truck itself will last a lot longer and probably give you a bit more enjoyable at 60, 70 kilometers an hour than it will tearing around at 100 trying to rip itself to bits.
Yeah.
So it is 3S capable. I try and recommend most people for 2S because I really believe that they get better value out of them
and
on
longer,
2S.
life expectancy for the car, for the engine, for the motor, for the speed controller.
Yeah.
For everything,
Everything,
It is really just I can't even explain the wear and tear that a 3S puts on these cars. And they are capable and very capable. But for anything more than speed runs, I really suggest people stick with the 2S. And there's no reason. I mean, we get these come in to service and repair that are like 15, 20 years old.
And it's still going.
Still going. And the parts are still available. And I don't think they're going anywhere in a hurry.
No.
And even if they do get superseded by a new model, then this one has got that much legacy. I think that the parts around both through Traxxas and in the aftermarket will be around for another 20 years.
Right.
So a really good value model, a really good looking shell to commemorate their collaboration with Fox. Yeah, I really like.
And to say this car you can upgrade a lot. If you like to fiddle, which is very typical, you can upgrade virtually anything. There's so much from Traxxas. So Traxxas has a number of upgrades, but then you have companies like RPM that do some incredible parts for
So Traxxas offer full range of alloy uprights, alloy shocks, and that alloy stuff is really good quality.
Absolutely.
Their shocks and stuff, like you go, Traxxas not really a performance brand, but their alloy stuff is actually really nice.
I agree.
It's not the cheapest, and so it shouldn't be because it is actually really good quality stuff.
And I guess in the next couple of weeks, we're going to do some videos on tires and wheels and body shell because you can upgrade the body if you want to get something different. You get a clear body painted
Absolutely.
up. So
Custom.
Being a short course truck, the bodies do take a hell of a time because they're at the outside level with the wheels.
That's right.
They're on top, so anything you hit or bump into, the body is going to feel. There's no wing to sitting above it to take out. There's no shock tower at the front. It is all about the body and the bumpers.
The bumpers are really important. I think that's one of the reasons why this car is really tough because you've got the bumper at the front and at the back protecting. So when you crush it, the bumper is protecting the wheels.
Yeah, well, they've sort of got this like crumple zone or energy absorption system, haven't
That's
they?
really clever.
If we're looking at the overhead camera here, you can see here it's got a lot of flex. I mean, I won't do it too hard. This is somebody's going to be brand new car, but you can see that it's got a lot of give, and that's what it's designed to do.
Absolutely.
And I really think that Traxxas have really, developed a really good ready to run product, and that's probably why they are the leaders in the ready to run market, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And then you've got the things like their after sale, like their social media, their app.
That's right.
This has also got the same transmitter that they use a lot along the TQI.
That's right.
So you buy the Bluetooth module for the transmitter, and you can have a look at all your data logging controls. If you upgrade your servos,
speed and all that. And TSM actually, which is
TSM.
a kind of a stability or traction
stability
control
control. Yeah, to make it more manageable. Because when these things start getting up over 80 kilometers an hour, that can be quite a handful. And you'll notice here, in the bag of spares, we've got a range of spring preload collars here, so you can change your ride height. We've actually got shock pistons in here. We've got a range of Allen keys and a wheel wrench. I noticed that we've got shock pistons
Mhm.
in here, so if you want to rebuild your shocks and get it tuned different,
Oh, they're protected for the bodies actually.
yeah,
That's
we've got
really
Teflon skids for the body.
Oh yeah.
You can see them here. I haven't seen this before. It's actually quite nice. You can put them on the body.
Put them on the post,
and makes the body last a lot longer.
and we've got the foam
The battery.
for different battery configurations. 2S, 3S, fantastic thing, I think.
Chris is suggesting that MIP drive shaft.
Yes.
There you go, and it's very true. I think we have some at
There's a
Hobby
steam
Man.
loco just going by.
Steam loco, that's right.
That's true. Can anyone hear it?
Buff and Billy's come to Melbourne.
Yes.
Yeah, MIP, they do great stuff
Yep.
for these slashers, rustlers,
That's right.
the whole Traxxas range.
That's right.
I think X-Max as well.
The
They've started
TRX4,
doing.
some
Oh, the
TRX4.
TRX4, of course, because people really get into customizing their TRX4.
And game changers.
Brilliant.
Really good, really good. So another great product there from Traxxas. Yeah, get out
Cool.
there and play with your RC cars. That's what
Indeed.
it's all about.
All-time favorite.
I think so. So we'll put that aside.
Yep.
Cool.
And I think that's about all I had to touch on
Oh really?
today, guys. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a quick one, short, sharp. Going 8-scale buggy racing on Sunday. Really looking
Yes.
forward to it. Saying hello to our customers, because often a lot of people that I've either spoken over social media or over the phone.
Yeah.
So it's always good to put, faces to names. I'll be down there with some new products. So if you want to come over, if you want to try some tires, just yell out. I'm sure that there'll be plenty to go
Absolutely.
around. Looking to get some valuable feedback to see what's going to be in our next shipment,
That's right.
really. Because
Absolutely.
we've got to find
Thank
out
you.
what works. Because brand new lines, we don't know what works.
Yep.
So we, instead of buying everything and having everything left over, we're going to concentrate obviously
And
on what
compounds
works.
too, because they've got some really soft compound. The one you had here before that.
Yeah.
That,
The ultra
That's
soft,
ultra
the
soft.
purple and the pink compounds.
That feels
was
really
this
good.
weekend.
So,
So
yeah.
really looking forward to getting out there, trying some new products.
You think
Sell
you're gonna
some
try
mates.
the 2DK traction source?
I don't know how the 1/8 buggy guys will take to me using traction source.
well, you should.
You know,
You should.
Do,
Yeah.
What happens?
do they do it at the moment?
I don't know that they
No,
do.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know that they
Right.
do. But yeah, given that I'm a bit of a fuss pot, if I can get the car new tire warmers, the traction compound will be going on.
Right.
It doesn't need but I can say it's going to be a cold day.
Yep.
So we'll see how we go.
Interesting to see what it does.
Yeah.
Whether or not it reduces the lifespan of the tire.
Yeah, but it's also hard, like, to try so many different things
Yes.
in one.
In one day.
In one day.
Yeah.
So as much as I would love to try the TDK, and I will probably take it with me, it's going to be hard because there's probably only 5 or 6 runs on the track
That's right.
today. So you can only try 5 or 6 different things.
Yep.
So, and to do it back to back to actually see what's working or not working,
That's
Mm.
right.
you really want to limit yourself to just trying one variable at a time.
Yep.
Keep it simple.
Otherwise, you
yeah.
don't know what's working and what's
Ooh.
not.
We go to an practice day. Never go there.
That's right. That's the other alternative. We'll go out to a practice day and then give you the chance to put like 10 batteries through or whatever it is, heaps of runs on the car. Yeah. So anyway, looking forward to getting on track. Getting out there
Good.
and seeing people.
Great.
See you guys.
Thank you for
Thanks
popping
for
in.
watching and have a great weekend. See you next week.
See you in a
Any
bit.
coming on?
Very good. So, I think that the name of the car actually the color of the car.
Oh, the color. What
Yes.
is the color? Did you work out what it was?
I'll have to go back. There's quite a few comments today. So,
All right.
first of all, Chris still mentioning about the MIP shaft that he used them on a 3S, and it's true. If you put a 3S battery, you definitely
Yeah, stuff.
should
Chewing
consider
through.
upgrading drive shaft and a few things. So,
Just,
good
just
suggestion.
just a lot more shock.
Yes,
Mm.
absolutely. Brendan is asking for Edsel models. I'm not really familiar with EDSL models. Edsel.
Edsel. No, I don't know.
So Brendan, give us another comment. Let us know a bit more about these models that you're looking for.
Yep.
But let me scroll up here because Keenan suggested it is a powder blue.
Powder blue.
And someone else was suggesting is a traditional Bugatti historic Bugatti light blue, which it's very possible.
It looks a little bit too light for a
Yeah,
traditional.
true that. True
Yeah.
that. Yeah, the
Because the
traditional
traditional is
blue
French blue,
is French blue, which is
Yeah.
quite a lot darker, really. Very true.
but
So
close.
I can grab the box in a minute.
Yeah, I think we'll need to find out. Put
Um,
everyone out of their
Tony
misery.
suggesting Arctic blue, which
Ah,
yeah, it's getting closer.
yeah,
Let's
maybe.
grab the box. Let me
Yeah,
grab the
all
box so we get a solution.
All right, no
Maybe.
worries. Oh, where's your box? Just here.
Yeah.
Ah, that's handy.
So none of these colors correct yet.
Oh, they're wrong.
Yes.
All right, the blue's not there yet.
So I'll bring
Is,
them up.
is anyone close?
No, not really.
What is it?
Actually, oh, the historic side of things, yes, but the rest, no.
I don't know if everyone's going to get
This
that
is going to
one.
be a challenge, I think. This is going to be a challenge.
Yep, it's pretty complicated.
So,
All right, so
Meanwhile-
what we got?
so I think 2 weeks ago we had the idea of talking about beadlock tires.
Oh, yes, yes.
So, what is beadlocks?
Bead locks. So bead locks is where the bead of the tire is actually locked onto the wheel with multiple pieces. So the
Yes.
wheel itself is multiple pieces. So it has been seen on early Tamiya cars. They had bead locks, and then eventually they went for a lighter weight, so they were glued on. But bead locks are quite commonly used now for rock crawling
That's right.
and also fifth scale, where there's a lot of power going through the tire and you don't want the wheel to ever slip at all. So with glued on tires, there's chances that it'll peel off
Yes.
with these sort of forces. But with bead locks, no chance at all.
That's right.
It's clamped so tight and all around the bead that there's no chance of slippage or coming loose.
Absolutely. So this is a Traxxas TRX4. That's one of our cars here,
Mhm.
and we have quite a few upgrades in it, including these beadlock wheels. So what we thought to do is to show how they're made, and pretty much it's showing that they're not really difficult to actually put together. It takes a bit of patience, but once you understand how they work, they're not overly complicated. It's just a bit of a something that is really hard, but once we show how it's done, it's actually not too bad. So just remove the wheels from the car.
Yep.
And you're gonna need a 2mm hex
Yep.
to
Should we
let
go
me
with
jump
the
on top.
overhead?
There
Yep.
we go. All right.
Do a bit of zoomage.
Zoomage.
Is that the-
Bit of
this big
zoomage.
one?
Yeah, that one there. Let's come down a little bit. Okay.
All right.
Right. So we got these 5 2mm screws. They're pretty much holding everything together. So we're gonna undo those.
Okay, so that locks it all together.
Yes. So we're gonna undo everything, show you all the components, and then trying to put them back together.
I guess it's really important with these particular tires too, because you've got the aftermarket super soft sweeps on it
Yes.
that you'll see how there's super tread along the sides as well. So as you're going through the rocks, every part of this tire is going to be gripping on a rock. And if it wasn't on really tight, then it'll probably easily peel off the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's quite a few manufacturers now that produce this type of tires for rock crawling. So we have some sweeps here. We have some Pitbull.
Mhm.
We have some Otix Voodoo.
Yep.
Which have been really popular recently.
Yep.
What else do we have? Some Proline actually as well. So I think we are almost ready to go here. So move these screws and we should be able to pull everything apart in a second. All right, so this should come up.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Here we go. So here we go. So
All right,
that's
so you
the
got a
outer
ring here.
That's the outer ring.
Okay. So that locks on the outside of the bead.
Okay, so you can see they're really sticky actually. So there's 3 parts essentially. 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
So I guess the idea is that we're gonna clamp the rubber in between the rim and
this ring.
in this ring. And so
Yeah.
once you tie everything together with this part, you'll have 2 gaps here, one in here, one on this side, and then everything clamps together.
So it's holding it really tight because
Very
there's
tight.
hardly any
It's probably
gap there.
a couple of millimeters on each side.
Because when you have a look at the bead itself,
Quite thick.
so it's jamming that in there, and you can imagine that as it's attached, it's pulling like this.
That's right.
That's not going to come off.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty straightforward, simple design, I guess.
It's very simple and quite clever at the same time.
Hmm.
In this case, we're actually stretching the tires. So these rims are 2.2.
Yep.
It's a bit bigger than the traditional 1.9 inches one. And these are traditionally 1.9
Oh, okay. Yep.
tires. And then sometimes can make it a little bit trickier to get started. But everyone has got his own technique, but you put the ring in first.
So the ring goes inside the
That's
tire
what I like
first.
to do.
Yep.
Put the ring in, and
Yep.
then you start pushing one of the 2 rings in. So this side is good.
Yep.
And then here's where it gets a bit challenging. So you need to somehow manage to get the first screw in here, and that's where you need a bit of patience to make this all happen.
Oh, so you have to make sure the bead is inside.
That's right. Yes, you do
Because
that.
at the moment it wants to stay outside.
Yeah, but because we're having we're stretching them, that's
Yep.
pretty normal because their rim is actually bigger than the
Yep.
actual hole.
Yep.
So what I like to do is you put the first screw in.
Yep.
It's probably a bit hard to see on the top camera.
And that holds it together first.
And that's right. And then slowly
Yep.
get everything else to go in. So you just tap it in and then slowly make it all kind of
All right.
fall into place like so. We go. This side seems to be happier, so we move on this side.
So you're trying to slowly convince it to go inside.
That's correct. Yes. So sometimes you have to undo it, move it a little bit. It's a bit of a fiddly job. There we go. This way, I think it's better.
I guess you just take your time because this part's pretty important to make sure that the tire.
So the first
stays
couple of are the difficult ones, and as
Yep.
you go along, now let's see if you can show you. So what I like to do with your tool, you just push it in like this.
Yeah. So you're just pressing that bead into the
That's
edge
right.
of the rim. Oh, okay, it's in now.
Now
And
it's
then
in.
then you put in the next
Now
screw.
you press it in. I'm trying to do it away from my body because otherwise you can't see it on the camera, but I need to bring it back a moment, I think.
Yeah, I might do some finger puppery to keep you
Here we go.
entertained.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
here we
managed
go.
to get this one to click in. Okay. And here's the challenge. We're going to do these things live.
Yep.
There we go. So stretch a little bit.
Yep.
And slowly go through them all.
Well, so far it hasn't been
There we go.
really difficult.
Here we go. This third is in now. And the fourth one looks promising.
Oh, and as you see it, as you go around, it gets easier.
It definitely does. So we drive it, just make sure that the bead is in the right place.
Yep.
And here's the last one. And
I guess as you're screwing in, you're just making sure that the bead still guides. And
Absolutely.
It's not pinched.
absolutely. And so now you carry on and
Just make sure it's all seated well.
it's all
Yep.
seated well, as you can
Yep.
see. It's all in good position here.
Yep.
And you tight every single bolt. You go slowly around them. And as you go through,
So you do each
Easy.
one a few threads at a time.
yeah, that's what you do. Otherwise, it goes in an angle and you risk to strip it because these are alloy rims. So you
Yep.
need to be quite gentle. If it's too tight, just go back a little bit and start again.
Mhm.
As you go through, we're mostly done. And we should be done in no time. And so this is a bit lock. So you can put bit locks on this lash as well.
Yep.
There's a few options there. And I can see here someone suggesting Vanquish as another manufacturer of wheels for
Bead locks.
bit locks. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and they're
Yep.
really nice.
Right.
Bit pricey.
Yep.
But super nice.
Well, I guess nice
super
wheels
nice
are always
wheels.
pricey.
This specific one are a brand called Exo 4x4. As you can see, we're in business.
Yep.
So down
Nice.
the top camera again, so you can see.
Yep.
It's
That's
all
tight.
done nicely. And that was what, a few minutes of work. So it's not very difficult. It's harder to explain than to actually really do it.
Yeah.
But the result is phenomenal.
Yep.
And what I was going to show you is these wheels from Sweep actually. So these are
Oh, look at
also bit locks from Sweep, and I would say they're quite similar to some of the Vanquish that Chris was suggesting just a moment ago. This is a new release from Sweep. They released them, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. No, we've got a couple of different ones. One is a bit more silvery. The other one is a bit darker. I think this is a darker option.
I like the directional spoke.
Absolutely. But they do look really good, actually. And as you can see, you put this on a car, they look fantastic.
Yeah, pretty bling.
pretty blink.
Yeah.
And Vanquish has a huge range of all different ones.
Right.
Some of those are quite heavy. Some are a bit lighter. This one are halfway. This one are heavier, aren't quite heavy. Even though they're quite thin here, they're quite heavy. So that's important for a crawler. They give a bit more weight and keep the car stable.
Yep. More traction down low.
Absolutely. So, so this is a bit lock.
Nice.
I think it's something that if you have a crawler, you should attempt. Don't be scared. Takes a little bit of patience, and you can have a fantastic set of wheels. And I quite like when they're really tight. But if you go in water, they don't get full of water.
Yep.
But that's an option as well. It's a plus. They're not watertight, but this in particular seems to keep the water out quite a bit.
Well, I guess it's like O-rings on each
Pretty
side,
much
isn't
so.
it?
Pretty much so. Yeah.
That was a lot simpler than I thought it would be.
Absolutely. Let's show them again up here.
There's the back end with the screws.
Yep.
And then
And
front end.
So I've been running these rims for a while, so they're a bit scratched up here. But they've seen quite a few different tires. I had said some RC 4-wheel drive ones before.
Right.
They were really nice, really grippy, but a bit too soft for my TRX4.
Right.
So they were kind of sitting very, very low. And so
These are really soft.
these are very soft, but they have like some quite good support on the carcass. So
You can feel it across here.
They hold the car up a little bit.
Yeah.
The insert is another interesting aspect on crawlers because you have dual stage insert, which means you have softer on the outside and harder on the inside, and they're designed for this heavier car. So you want to have the soft part, which gives you the grip,
Yes.
but at the same time you want to have support.
Yeah.
Whilst the car
So it doesn't go flat.
like having flat tires.
Yeah. Okay.
So here are these bit locks, everyone.
Well,
So we're gonna.
good stuff.
If you have questions on bit locks, let us know. But it's definitely something that is not as hard as some may think, really. So very good.
Do we get any more takers on the color?
I think so.
The
Yes.
difficult color?
I think so. We've got a few comments here. So let's park this one.
Yep.
So there's an Arctic blue. Actually, we had that one.
Not Arctic blue.
Michael suggesting baby blue, and Michael also has historic Bugatti shell blue.
Oh,
I think we're getting really close.
it's pretty close. I don't think anyone's going to get
I
it.
don't think we're going to guess this
No,
one
I think it's a pretty complicated
unless someone
one.
can find the exact product on the website, I guess.
Yeah,
That's definitely the giveaway.
Yep.
And we have Brendan is suggesting, he's talking about the kit, is a 59 Edsel Ranger American car.
It's all branded car.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling that I don't, but I'll probably have to do a bit more research to see what's around.
Absolutely. Very good.
Okay.
Well,
What shall we talk about?
Well, we have the Tamiya car. We've done lots of RC today.
Oh, yes.
But we've done the 2 weeks before, we talked a lot about plastic kits. So
Yes.
bit of RC this week.
All right. So we have the Super Storm Dragon.
So 3 weeks ago, we presented the Firestorm.
Fire Dragon?
Fire Dragon,
Firestorm?
sorry. The red one.
Firestorm Dragon?
Firestorm Dragon.
Firestorm. I think.
Firestorm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The red one.
And there we have the Superstorm Dragon, which is kind of based on a Hornet. Is that correct? Or similar
It is.
enough?
So the chassis itself is a Hornet chassis, and it's got a different body on it. So this body, I think, was an optional body in the day, and it's been fit with all together as a full kit now.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a classic design. Should we open it up and have a look?
Let's have a look.
All right. Let's stick it over here. Get the top
Let's go.
view
Top
camera.
camera.
Oh, it's a bit zoomed.
Very well. Here we go.
All right. So let's just shift that here.
I really like this box for a start. When you open it, it's really pro.
This is very classical Tamiya.
Yeah.
Yeah. With this sort of leaf inside, separating all the components. All right. To start off with, you got the body here pre-painted.
So Lexan pre-painted.
Yep. Pre-painted, pre-cut. Makes it a lot simpler. All you have to do is put the decals on that. Like that. You got your classic Tamiya type driver. Let's see how classic it is. I mean, it's got the two different types of inserts for the head there to mount up with the screws. I use that on a lot of kits. What we've got under here, we've got the...
I think this is a bit of a construction here, so can we slow it off?
they're the Nerf bars for the side of the chassis.
Yes. I don't think we can get this out.
No, that's all.
I think it's all quite
It's
well.
all locked together, isn't it? All right, so you got the
Locked together.
Nerf bars just in there.
And we have all the bits that are not in a box this time around, so we can actually have a look at what's in here.
That's right, because it's not sealed here.
It's not sealed.
So your standard or your classical RS540 SH
Yes.
Mabuchi. You got the nylon gears. They're all super chunky nylon gears.
Yeah.
Extra chunky for the diff. And then you've got this massive, that's bigger than 32 pitch as well, I think, for the diff. Counter gear here. You got your drive shafts across here with the brass adapters. So that's for the solid rear axle. All your springs and the classical stub axles for your steering. All your screws. And then inside you've got shock tubes and all your shock oil and springs and such. All right, over here we've got our other plastic bits. This part is all the front swing arm. So you notice that the hinge pin is actually molded into the arm. It's really chunky. And then you've got this part here which supports the inner hinge. You've got the friction shock tubes there, and then servo mounts and shock ends. So that's that bit there. Here we've got Tamiya bead locks. Okay, so here you can see that's the tube sort of bit that you push in to lock it all up, and then you got the inner and the outer, which is all screwed together. So classic small diameter 5-star spoke. Then we got your big massive chassis.
Chassis, yeah.
Classic chassis there. All right, so bottom mount for the battery. It slides in here, and then you've got a cover that slides and clicks. You've got the swing arms that just mount in here with that locking part, and then you got your shocks here. Solid rear axle will mount at the back here. And then talking about solid rear axle, so here's the gearbox halves. Okay, so the diff just sits inside. So you've got the diffs that drop in, counter gear, and then the motor is mounted on the side there. Over here you've got the wheel adapters, quite often where you got the hex type. So the Super Hornet has actually got hex versions of these and uses different wheels. These are motor cover.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a very common part for the Hornet series too. So you've got these parts here support the rear solid axle. It's got a spring loading here which allows it to move up and down. And then you've got these parts which slide onto the gearbox housings for supporting the shock. There's actually a little ball joint in there. And body mounts. All right, and then we've got your speed controller. So they come with electronic speed controllers now. So this particular one's designed for the brush motor that comes with it and can also handle a censored brushless 21.5 turn.
And LiPo batteries too. So that
Yes,
takes
that's
LiPo
right.
batteries too, which is a big plus actually.
Yes.
And finally,
classical Hornet tires right here. So you get your big chunky, bit hard to see there with
beams at the
reflections,
back.
but they're really round style.
Yeah.
Because you imagine a solid rear axle moves like this.
Yeah.
So the round tires help it maintain traction
Absolutely.
all the way. So there we go.
And that is the
Manual?
Super Storm.
So you got your manual down here.
There we go.
Manual. Got a big sticker sheet.
Yes.
Nice and colourful.
Almost Red Bull color.
Red Bull. Yeah. Gives you wings.
Yes.
And then you get your manual. So when you actually open something like this. So pretty standard. You got gearbox construction here. Your full size diagram here of the size of these small components. Because quite often, I mean, if a beginner's building this, they won't know because there's so many different screws. You just get your screw, you match it straight up to the diagram, and it tells you exactly how many you need. So it makes building really easy. So radio installation, building the chassis, and that's practically it. Pretty simple car. And then this actually shows you how to paint the body as well, but you don't need to do that because it's already done.
It's pre-painted.
Yeah.
But you see, yeah, it's pre-painted and pre-cut actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
So ready to go. Just stickers.
And
Easy.
That's it, really. Good fun and different, a different flavor of the traditional Hornet.
Yes.
So I hear that we may receive some Tamiya in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that'd be good if we do.
Apparently, Tamiya is still a bit behind with reproducing some kits. So they make them in very small quantities.
Yeah.
But there will be a little bit of more Tamiya coming. And as we said before, the egress perhaps in June or July. So we're taking pre-orders for some of those. So it goes back in there.
I don't know where these all go.
Yeah, I think it will.
I took it all out without
I think so.
much attention.
Then the driver and the body.
Oh, that works out.
Very good.
So that's a Super Storm Dragon.
Indeed. So finally we got to the Tamiyas.
Yes.
We've done them all,
Yes.
and we're waiting for more stuff to come so we can do a
3
few
weeks,
more,
isn't it?
few more unboxings. So.
Yes. All right.
Very good.
So
So,
I guess
Yeah.
what's got here? What's on Middle Earth?
oh, Metal Earth. I forgot about that one.
I might as well show.
As it's getting winter, I think it's time to get some more indoor kind of puzzly
Oh yeah.
kind of.
In particular, something
models.
that's really popular at the moment. So we've got the Mandalorian.
Yes.
So you've got the Mandalorian himself in his Beskar armor, and then there's the Razor Crest ship that he flies, and you see get destroyed, which is quite funny. But that's really popular. And Metal Earth, if you haven't tried it before, it's a flat photo etch metal, and you bend it, and you get some really interesting shapes. So we've got a little tram here. So there's a Melbourne W-Class tram, which is part of the Metal Earth range as well.
So what I like is they have this pre-color metal, metallic finish. So you don't need to paint them, and the result is beautiful.
It's really nice. It's better than having it just raw
Definitely.
silver.
So you don't need to paint anything. It comes out like this.
Yeah.
And however, you need to bend every single little tiny.
You do.
part.
So it's tabbed together, and you need to spend quite a bit of time. So something like that, when I built it, I thought, oh, that's really simple. But actually, it took me 2 evenings to build one of these.
Oops, I lost the
Oh,
part.
lost a bit. No, that's all right. Don't need that. And then you've got, so you got your Mando here. I don't know if you can see, but you just see the parts here, how it's flat. And it's all laser. Oh, it's not laser cut, I should say. It's photo etch.
Photo etch, yeah.
But it's got the colorings. So it's a little bit fine coloring so that when you actually build the Mandalorian, you don't have to paint it. It comes with all these brown tones already on it. And these are the more complicated ones. So this is going to be quite big. So it's got 3 huge sheets. And as you can see there, it's got how difficult it is. And it's almost hard.
It's
definitely not easy.
That's a very, very complex. Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, they're good.
So one more.
Oh, this one here. Oh, the Razor Crest. So Razor Crest ship. Again, you can see how fine some of these details are. Yeah.
Very fine.
Yeah. Really nice. And then here gives you an idea of how you bend the tabs together. So you have to push the tabs through the slot and then bend them across. So there's no glue required.
Yes.
So Middle Earth. So there's quite a lot of stuff. So not just Star Wars. There's a lot of different subjects available. You've got regular objects. You've got tractors,
animals, some vehicles, trams,
space stuff. Yeah.
There was some quite a few other movie. Was this?
Oh yeah. So there's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yes.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
And what else was really big at that time? A couple of years ago, it was a really big series.
The red. Can't remember anymore.
We don't have enough words for anyone to help us.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. It's very generic. We're trying to. You've got pictures in mind.
Yeah, that's right. What was it? It was a fantasy thing.
Wasn't it? It was like not Superman, but like a.
Yeah. I don't know.
It was another Marvel kind of movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it will come to us.
Quite a few movie kind of related figures and
good fun to make these things.
Vehicles. Beautiful.
So that's what I've got. Do we have anything else?
I don't think we do have too much else today. I thought the BitLock was going to take 30 minutes.
And it didn't.
Sometimes can, but it went in quite well actually. So let's see if you have any questions. We still have to have a look at this car actually.
Oh yes, need some close up look.
We should reveal the name because I don't think anyone is going to guess.
You're going to have to read it out because I can't remember it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this so everyone can read it.
Yep.
Actually, probably not. Let's see. All right. So this one is a Bugatti Centodieci historic bug light blue.
Now, I don't know where the bug comes from. The light blue I can understand. And you can also see there's number 32 of 49 in the world.
Very, very limited edition. So I've ordered this one. We have ordered this one probably well over a year ago, maybe 2.
Yep.
And finally they made it here. I think there's still 2 colors to come. So we had we had the white, we have this nice blue, we have a black, and I'm pretty sure there is a matte black coming as well, which is not your favorite, I know.
You know I don't like matte.
But it will make it really like a supercar, matte black. So
all right, how about I move this out of the way? It's got a little bit of crusty
bar
stuff on it.
Got a few body clips here too.
Shift that over there.
All right, so let's position this one up here. Well, look at that. Here we go.
Wow.
Well,
the things that really bring to my attention are all these really sharp lines. Okay, so these are actually ribs, and areas which direct the flow, like little funnels, air funnels. And then you've got these flaps across here. I have absolutely no idea how they molded these in.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So they could have been separate components which have glued and then puttied and then painted, which would be an awfully difficult job. But they've done it so well that the paint underneath of this flap is just as even
Yes.
and high finish as the top.
So this is a product from a company called MR Collection, and they are Italian. And this is, to my knowledge, one of the only fully made in Italy cars and handmade too. So this is very fine, very detailed, and the colors and the paint, it's really phenomenal. You won't be able to see this in camera, but from any direction you look at this, it's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you may not be able to see it on the camera here, but this is actually carbon fiber weave.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be carbon fiber weave decal, and the weave actually comes from this direction on this side and this direction and meets in the middle. So it's actually, there's a split down the center.
Wow.
And it's amazing how they've actually got that all joined up, and there's a full clear over the top of that. So it's definitely not easy at all. Same with the rear wing. The rear wing has the full carbon fiber
wave.
Yep. Through it.
You can probably see from here. So obviously this is a resin model, they're all hand built.
Yep.
This company can produce super custom editions as well. So you can get them made to your colors and specifications. So you can choose the wheels, the color, the calipers, window tinting or not, side mirrors, virtually anything. They have a selector on their website. You can actually build a car.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they can make it to any specification you want. So use a side view. There we go. Just give very, very nice wheels with red calipers.
So it's amazing on these details. I mean, I would not normally notice these, I reckon, if I walked past the real car. But you can see these big, massive slots for air movement.
Yeah.
And across the rear of this wheel arch as well, and to the back here. And to be able to incorporate that into a model, so finally, is amazing.
Amazing, definitely. Let's see if anyone can tell us what's the real price of this car in real life. I think it's something like several millions.
Is it? My real price would be $10.
Your
that's
price, $10.
That's my real price.
Yeah. So it's it's crazy. So the rear end, really detailed as well. Got exhaust on here.
Well, that's the thing about Bugatti. They wanted to make the most prestigious, most powerful and rare motor cars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the ground effects is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see. So all these cars are fully detailed inside as well. So you can see the engine here, and obviously the window is smoked, so it's kind of semi-tinted. But you can still see an amazing level of detail inside.
Yep.
And same for the interiors. I don't think the camera will let you see the inside.
Yeah, it's pretty deep, isn't it? Yeah.
All detailed to the level of dials and dashboard and everything. And here's a traditional. You can probably see. Here we go, and that's the front with the traditional Bugatti kind of horseshoe shape. It's getting smaller and smaller.
It's getting smaller, but still recognizable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you look at the headlights. So they're the headlight slots.
Yes. Oh,
so headlight slot is incorporated into this this air
absolutely
slot that goes all the way. So it's fully open from here to there.
Let's see if you can get it.
It's like a little flap.
Yeah. Look at this. Wow. Impressive. The rear car is impressive, and the model is even more impressive.
Yeah. So it's interesting how they've kept some of the shape from the previous car and incorporated some of the design features in this car, although this is quite
different.
Yes, compared to it.
I would say it's the first one that doesn't have the typical C shape on the side.
Yes.
But
that was sort of brought across from the 1930s Atlantic model.
Yeah, absolutely. So here you go.
Nice,
absolutely. So
nice. So when are you taking it home?
Yeah, good question actually. Good question. Well, since you don't like the color, it's not your favorite.
I'll take it home.
You take it home?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to order matte color so you don't take them. Very good. So let's see if you've got any questions. Or actually any suggestion on videos. We've been quite busy on producing videos.
We have been.
Every week.
So again, if you want to catch up on anything, so the live's available to review on YouTube. And then also every day we've got a new video coming out
That's
as
right.
well. So there's tutorials, box openings,
Yes.
explainers like how to do
How to do
things.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
And we received quite a few Scale 75, was it last week?
Yes.
And slowly, I think this week and next week, we're going to start doing some tutorials on the
Yeah.
oil washers.
That's right.
I think Warwick is going to do some practicing
Hmm.
as well on the oil washers, which
Yep.
be quite interesting to see the results and
Yep.
a few other of the pigments and other things that we received. So
Yeah.
quite a few videos again being prepared. But again, if you have questions,
Let
we
us
can
know.
definitely jump in and produce some more tutorial. It'll be
Yep.
really good to see that.
For sure.
And what else? So let's give another minute or so. So if anyone has any questions, we can still run out and bring some products and do a quick
Absolutely.
unboxing or explanation. Otherwise, we may go towards the weekend. Are you going to do some modeling this weekend?
I plan to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Plan to try some of the Scale 75 stuff.
Very good.
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
All right. come
something
in.
special
So
looks
got
like
Brett
it's arrived.
with the last minute delivery. Welcome back home. So I'm back. So someone made something really special for you.
Did they ever? So I had Jeff Hammond up at, where's that black wheel go? Jeff Hammond.
Black
up
wheel.
at J-Spec Stickers and Design has made us some very special things. So
There you
this P1 Performer wheels, as we spoke about earlier and last week, brand new range. Now these are a flat disc wheel, all black obviously. Now these were designed to have stickers on, so you can customize them. Now Performer were actually out of them, they went to backwater. So I jumped onto the phone and I said to J-Spec, can you please do a sum up? So he's come to the party and I'm not sure if we can see the details here.
Let me
Looks
jump on
very
top camera.
reflective.
Yes, very.
Looks
There you go.
too reflective.
That's it.
That's right.
So we've got some wheel stickers.
Yep.
So now you can customize your off-road buggy in your very own
Oh, look
Wow.
at those colours.
custom made.
Wow.
So they can be to match your body, the compound, your mood. Another
They're
thing
funny.
that, yeah,
Almost like the Bugatti.
that's right. So yeah, so I sort of want to give them a wipe down before I just go and stick
Yep.
them on, because it's sort of something that you just want to stick on once. So maybe we can even do an instructional
I
or
think we
sticking
probably
on
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
sticking on your wheel stickers.
Yep.
So a big shout out to J-Spec for getting those done for us. And these are a product that we'll have available. Yeah, P1 Performer wheel disc to customize your buggy.
That's nice.
I love
That
this.
is fantastic.
That's
Now,
brilliant.
the other thing that he's done for us as well are wing skins.
Ah,
Now, this is something that's designed to cover your wing in its entirety,
Yeah.
if you will, instead of putting lots of little stickers or whatever, customizing it. Because buggies are pretty hard on wings. Well,
That's right.
I am when I drive it and it goes upside down all the time.
it's pre-cut.
So it's pre-cut
Wow.
and it's designed to fit the hot body's wings.
Yep.
And that's a design that he's done for us. He's asked me if I'd like a color, and I said, well, I've got a bit of a green theme going on.
Yep.
Looking at
So-
the t-shirt.
He's done us a couple of prototype products to get out there and try and promote. So yeah, J-Spec in collaboration with Hearns, smashing
Beautiful.
it out the park.
Nice.
Fantastic. Look at this.
It's really going to make these Performer wheels look fantastic. I'll
Fantastic.
get some photos. I'll put it on the socials.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll get some content.
Yeah.
Hopefully over the weekend.
Definitely.
And yeah. So anyway, that's all. The mailman just popped in, so I wanted to
Exciting.
share
That's
them
good.
on the show.
Well-
I was excited because next week they won't look this pretty. They'll be all dirty and muddy
No,
and
they
torn.
won't. No, they won't.
So, I think
That's
we're-
it. We're wrapping up, are we?
I think we're
Anybody
wrapping
guess the color of the car?
Sort of.
Actually, there is a comment. I think Michael suggesting that bug stand for short of Bugatti. So it's a
Bug, yes.
Bugatti light blue.
I
Is that
have
light
heard.
blue?
I
Yeah.
have heard that before.
So-
I would call it a light
Thank you, Michael,
blue.
for suggesting color and helping us with this. Actually,
That is
So-
fantastic, guys. All right.
very good.
Once
So,
again, I'm signing
you
out.
you're leaving us just as we are
Well,
wrapping up. You
well.
can help us wrapping up.
Okay, well, I'll help carry everything back into the shop.
Indeed, that's the plan. So, everyone,
Fantastic, guys.
thank you for joining us today,
Thanks for watching.
Thanks again.
and follow us through the week on social media. Just
Absolutely.
drop some comments. Let us know what you would like to see, and back here next Friday, 2 p.m.
That's
With
it.
Something new again.
And what is it? Which
I know.
episode's next week?
Number 50.
50.
Number 50.
Does that mean we have to do something special?
Big 5-0.
Possibly. We could have a guest, but
A
it could,
guest.
or we may.
Ah,
Surprise.
all right, let's see.
So there could be
Okay.
a guest. So jump on the social media throughout the week, and we'll let you know if there is a guest. or if you want to be a guest.
Yeah, sure.
So, who knows?
Fantastic.
All right.
Everyone,
Thanks, guys.
have a
good
good week.
See
Thank
you
you for
later.
joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.